Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation. We are from Group 4. Let me introduce our team. My name is Dinda Safira and my partner Fahira Yadia Rahmi and Friska Frisilia. In this presentation, we will discuss about modals. What are modal verbs? Modal verbs are used to express certain hypothetical conditions, such as advice, capability, or request. They are used alongside a main verb to change its meaning slightly. Because they are auxiliary verbs, they can't necessarily be used on their own. A modal verb should only appear alone if it's clear from context what the main verb is. Modal verbs are quite common in English, and you've probably seen them hundreds of times without actually knowing their name. The most frequently used ones are can, may, might, could, should, would, will, and must. When are modal verbs used? What special condition do modal verbs show? Here's a list of when to use modal verbs along with examples. First, likelihood. Something seems likely, but we don't know for sure. In these cases, you can use the modal verb should and must to show probability without certainty. Example. First, her parents must be so proud. 2. My baby brother should be asleep by now. Possibility. In situations when something is possible but not certain, use the modal verbs could, may, or might. Example. First, judging by the clothes it might rain today. 2. She may become the youngest pro soccer player ever.
Ability. The modal verb can show whether or not the subject is able to do something, such as perform an action or demonstrate an ability. Likewise, the negative form cannot or cannot show that the subject is unable to do something. Example. She can speak 3 languages, but none of them well. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. Asking permission. If you want to ask permission to do something, start your question with can, may, or could. Traditionally, in more formal and polite usage, may is better for permission. If you ask, can I go to the bathroom? It could be misinterpreted as, do I have the ability to go to the bathroom? However, in modern usage, may and can are both perfectly acceptable options when describing possibility or permission. Example, may I leave early today? Could I play too? Request. Similarly, if you want to ask someone else to do something, start your question with will, would, can, or could. Example, would you get that box off the top shelf? Will you turn the music down? Suggestion or advice. What if you want to recommend something but not comment it? If you were giving suggestion or advice without ordering someone around, you can use the modal verb should. Example, you should try the lasagna. That guy should wear less cologne. Comment. On the other hand, if you want to comment someone, use the modal verb must, have to, or need to. Example, you must wash your hand before cooking. You need to be here before 8 o'clock. obligation, or necessity. Modal verb can express a necessary action such as an obligation, duty, or requirement. Likewise, the negative form express that an action is not necessary. Use the same modal verbs as with commands must, have to, or need to. Example: we have to wait for our boss to arrive before we open. You don't need to come if you don't want to. Habit. To show an ongoing or habitual action, something the subject does regularly, you can use the modal verb would for the past tense and will for the present and future. The phrase used to is also acceptable if you are talking about a habit that no longer exists. Example: when I live alone, I will fall asleep with music. I will arrive early and leave late to every meeting.
How to use modal verb with example. Some of them can be used in different verb tenses, so shall talk a little about how to construct them. Present tense, we already covered the simple present above, but you can also use a modal verb in the present continuous and present perfect continuous tense. Present continuous. After the modal verb, use the word to be followed by the ing form of the main verb. Modal verb be plus verb in ing form. Example: I should be going. Present perfect continuous. You can add a modal verb before a verb in the present perfect continuous tense without changing much. However, when using a modal verb, you must always use have, never had, even if the subject is third person. Modal verb plus haven't been plus verb in the ing form. Example: she must have been sleeping. Past tense and present perfect, putting a modal verb in the simple past continuous, and present perfect tense is a little trickier. First, the two modal verb in particular have a simple past tense: can, I, will. If you want to use either of those in any of the past tense, you must first conjugate them in their past tense form: can, could, will, would. All the other remain in the sum, although can be used in the past all. Modal verb after deal with the hypothetical. Simple past. Of the main modal verb listed at the top, only can and will can be used in the simple past. Have to and need to can also be used, along as they are conjugated accordingly as have to and needed to. Other modal verb used the present perfect excuses even the past. Can and will their past tense form plus infinitive form the main verb with how to, just like in the present. Next, past continuous. Again, only can and will can be used in the past continuous. Its format just like the present continuous, except with the past form of the modal verb could or would plus be plus verb in ing form. Example: I could be working right now. Present perfect. Instead of using the infinitive form of the main verb, just use the present perfect form, which is have plus the past participle. As before, you must always use have even if the subject is third person. If you are using can, be sure to use its past tense form of could. Modal verb plus have plus past participle. Example: I might have gone to the party but I forgot. Future tense. The truth is that most of the future tense already are modal verb because the use will. If you want the use form for modal verb use as can or should, you can use normally with this infinitive form of the verb and without will. Example: I can hang out tomorrow. Should I major in law next year? Let's discuss and answer the exercises together.